you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Shout out to Genergy. Hey, yo! Alright. Shout out to everybody. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me as we get ready for week 7 in the NFL. The New York Jets, Carolina Panthers, game time, Sunday, 1 o'clock. The party starts 8 o'clock when the gates open. Tailgate Joe party starts at 9. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun. We have over 50 people in the tailgate right now, paid, plus many other stragglers and leeches like Nate showing up at the party. So it'll be fun. It'll be a blast. First off, Jay Graves, the homegirl, kicking us off, kicking something Aaron Glenn should have decided to do the other day, kicking. Gifted 5 memberships, the homegirl, that went to Nick, not me. Snoopy, 4951, Mr. Bozak, Juju, and K-Brock. Jay Graves, thank you. Guys, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Very important. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're 6 away from 1,800. Let's see if we can hit that number today during the show. Call your friends, call your mom, call your ex. Just say, hey, listen, I know we haven't spoken in a bit, but do me a favor. I'll forgive you for all the wrong you did to me if you subscribe to this guy's channel. And then they can get mad at me and not you anymore. Anybody, call your friends. But, Jay Graves, you are in the raffle for the Sack Exchange from the Stock Exchange. All 4 members signed. Ladies and gentlemen, super chats, $5 and up, get you in. Gifted memberships, get you in. Make sure you get your raffle entries in. We will be giving this away the night after the Cincinnati game, the night of Cincinnati. I'm bringing the laptop with me to Cincinnati. I don't know how it's going to work with the wheel, and the laptop is very old, so I might not be able to do multiple browsers, but one way or the other, we'll do it that night or the next day when I get back. So I will try, but that's when we're doing it. That's what she said. Hell yeah. Jay Graves can't wait to dance. We know Genergy is going to be on the dance floor. Like wherever there's music, Genergy and Jay Graves are going to be dancing. So we know how they get down. I've been stretching already this week, loosening up the back. We'll be out there. We'll have a good time. I just can't wait to hang with everyone. Cigars, music, dancing. It's a good day. Can't wait. But thank you, Graves. Ladies and gentlemen, with what we saw this past Sunday, we saw that Justin Fields is not a pocket passer. We knew that. Why did the Jets, why did Tanner Engstrand decide to have him in the pocket all day long? My theory is that Tanner Engstrand threw Justin Fields to the Wolves and basically said, he can't run my passing attack. He doesn't throw the ball downfield. Was this Tanner Engstrand's plea indirectly to put film out there to show Glenn he's not the guy? We're trying. We gave him the job without competition. He's not the dude. Personally, I like Tanner Engstrand. I love him when he talks at the mic. I think he has head coach potential with his mindset, his approach. I would hate to see Tanner Engstrand get fired after 1 year because Glenn goes down. However, you could call a better game. You can incorporate Brees Hall into the passing attack. You can call quick passes to Mason Taylor on the outside. You can call drags underneath to Arian Smith with his speed. You can call and design plays that Fields doesn't even have to think. If they're blitzing, just send Hall out to the side, dump it over to Blitzer, and let Hall get out in the open field one-on-one. There's a lot of ways to help your quarterback. But all in all, for me, it falls on the quarterback. The quarterback's missing throws. The quarterback's missing reads. The quarterback's holding on the ball too long. Everyone has a hot route. Even the worst of quarterbacks can throw the hot route. I don't care if you throw the hot route and it gets picked off. Just throw the fucking ball. That's where I'm at. I don't want to see you hold the ball and take 9 sacks when you can just get rid of it. Get rid of it. I think this team has enough talent to win games. I'm not saying we're an upper echelon team in the NFL. We should have beat Denver. We should have beat Pittsburgh. Should have beat Miami. And we should have beat Tampa. We should literally be 4-2 right now. But we're not. And it's the end of the world. And everything is collapsing. Bad teams find ways to lose. And when you're 0-6, you're a bad team. You're the worst team. So we can't sit here and pretend we won those games. And Justin Fields isn't good. He had the run in Miami. Again, he held the ball too long. He broke out of the pocket, and he got lucky with a long scramble. I promise you guys right now, a lot of you will be there with me on Sunday. The first time Justin Fields holds the ball too long and takes a sack, I will climb up on top of the chairs and start a "We Want Taylor" chant. I'll do it the entire time we're on defense. And if Fields keeps getting paraded out there, we will start a "Sell the Team" chant. And I'm telling you, the entire stadium will join in. We'll get national coverage. Those are my plans on Sunday. Notice how it wasn't root for a victory? I don't think we can win. Until we change some things. Like, listen, all of you said after the first 5 games, Wilks isn't a good defensive coordinator. Wilks is garbage. He's got to be fired. Glenn's got to take over the play calling. All of it was said. We heard it. How did it look? Change happened. Now, I'm ready to do all these chants. I'm ready to not have a voice. For a guy who does a talk show, I'm ready to not have a voice for several days with how loud I'm going to be cheering these things. Change the narrative. Be productive. Score touchdowns. Throw the goddamn ball. Fields eats the ball more than Charles Gorman eats chips. Mushroom coffee. Very good. Very good. I might have to reach out to them about being a sponsor on the channel. I love this mushroom coffee. It's so good for your system. Helps regulate. Very important part of the process. Purple Belt Mike, are you coming Sunday? I know you're still in recovery. But I did not get any info from you. Yes, unfortunately. That's the spirit. That's what we need mid-October, unfortunately. All right, we're going to have a good crew. Are you bringing Mrs. Purple Belt? Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields has to improve. Justin Fields has to get better. Justin Fields has to get rid of the goddamn ball. Or you got to take him out. Unless, again, Muji, Glenn, Woody, unless the plan is to tank and Fields is the catalyst for tanking. If you brought in Fields to make sure you get a top pick to get your quarterback of the future, I know you can't say in the NFL that we don't want to win, but man, it doesn't look like they want to win. No, Mike, I am claustrophobic. I do not want to. I do not. Plus, I'm pretty. If you guys have bags over your heads and it gets on TV, I want to be the pretty face that America sees. I would much rather be seen. Yeah, Fred says it. Coaches look like they don't want to win. And listen, if your goal is to go get a quarterback, I'm on board with that. You can't win in this league until you have a quarterback. You see that, but you can't coach this poorly and keep your job. A good coach and a good quarterback, we're 4-2. It's truth. We're 4-2. I think that we've done some things nice, not nice enough to win, not consistently nice enough. But there's some things we need to work on. If the defense keeps playing at that level, we're going to be okay, even with that offense. Yeah, Genergy, right? Me and Jen got the same mindset. Everyone can have bags on their head, and you and me will be sitting there like, "Yo, America, look at us." I wonder if you can get paper bags. It's too late, probably, but we should have thought of that. Get paper bags printed with like As Maniac and the Nick Shine Show on it. Or if we do get on TV, Jake Asman Show, the Nick Shine Show, get some free publicity. But folks, I don't know. I can't sit through another game like that with Fields. I can't. I'd be miserable sitting through that. I left it 6 minutes left in the third quarter last week. I walked out of the section just as Pickens caught the touchdown over Sauce, who was smacking him for 30 yards. Sauce, I got an idea. Turn your head around. Play the ball, bro. Cornerback. You're not a long snapper. You don't have to have your back to the play. I'll be in the parking lot smoking cigars. Mid third quarter, if this is the product we're going to put out there on the field again. Why am I being this negative? Because I'm going to use my powers in the universe to flip the script, and this will be the Jets' best offensive performance of the year. That's why. There's a method to my madness, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, folks. Trying to get to 1,800. Want to do it before Sunday's game. With your help, we can do it. There we go. We're 5 away. So if there's 5 more of you here watching who haven't subscribed yet, help your boy out. It's a big week. Old man turns 47 this Saturday. Trying to plan a show at some time on Saturday. Haven't found out if I'm working yet or not. Waiting to see if the overtime comes in. But I'm hoping to do a show sometime, maybe Saturday afternoon. Call-in link is there, folks. Just posted that. Shout out to Jay Graves earlier who gifted 5 memberships. Again, folks, the SAC Exchange from the Stock Exchange. Get your raffle entries in. Super chats, $5 and up. Gifted membership. Hell yeah. We're going to have a party. Wax fact. Woody must have liked Fields Mannery. It's not Woody. It's his son, Dick. I will say this. Jermaine Johnson, you cannot get rid of him. Jermaine Johnson, man, what a difference the energy he brought to the defense. You know, there's if the season's going to be this bad, these are the things I'm focused on. Can Arian Smith develop as the season goes on? I have my doubts with the quarterback play, but if Taylor comes in, he'll get the ball out. One of the big things I was looking forward to this year was Braylon Allen. Could he be the main guy? That got taken away from us because they used him as a kick returner. Smart decision. Titman at guard. How does this work out? Is Myers somebody that you keep long term at center? Jermaine Johnson. Can Will McDonald start getting sacks again? Maybe now that Jermaine's back, our pass rush shows up again. Kiko at middle linebacker played really well last week. Really well. You get that same exact performance this week and in Cincinnati, you absolutely 100% trade Quincy to the 49ers to replace Fred Warner. Absolutely. There's no doubt. You're going to lose Quincy after the season anyway. If Kiko keeps playing like that, 100% you make that trade. Briggs. I want to see Briggs develop as a defensive tackle. I want to see him getting some more reps. You know, there's some nice pieces on this team. And right now, everybody, top to bottom, is playing for their job, in my opinion. There's some jobs that are safe, but you better put good film out there for the rest of the year. Yes, thank you, Chris B. Brownlee, that's another one. Brownlee is somebody. Michael Carter, the minute you're healthy, I believe you're gone. Luppy with a question. What can we get for Quincy? I would take a 4 from the 49ers. They have 3 4s. David, I don't believe the 49ers have a 3 this year. I think they have 3 4s. First, the third for Will McDonald and Quincy. I wouldn't give Will, but I'd keep Will and JJ. I would. Now, Quinnen, do I want to get rid of Quinnen? No. But if you give me a 1 and then say a 3 the following year, I'd be okay with it. We need a lot. And by the time we get this team turned around and 2027 is the year that I think we're fully competitive, year 2 of a young quarterback, Quinnen's going to be 30. I'm okay building a young core. I like Muji's draft. I really do. I love Membu. I like Taylor. I think Taylor's got really good potential with a better quarterback. I don't know the point of the AZ Thomas pick in the round 3 when you sign Stevens. Now you trade for Brownlee. Now you have Sauce. What was the point of using a 3rd rounder on your 4th cornerback? Malachi Moore looks to be a good safety. He shouldn't give that job up. I think you should just play him. If Kiko can be that linebacker, if he comes in and plays well with Sherwood, and that's your tandem in middle linebacker, that's great. That's a good steal. We've seen many teams do that. Draft a guy in a fourth, fifth, sixth round, and he develops into a starter. What can Arian Smith be? I think if you play Mason Taylor more, Tyrod Taylor more, this is where you can really see guys in the scheme and what they're able to do with the ball. Taylor will get the ball out on time. He's not going to be flashy. He's going to stay in the pocket. He's going to take the hits like he did in Tampa. But let's see what these guys can do. Mike, you can't say that, man, because a coach and a quarterback can flip your franchise immediately. We had a good quarterback and a good coach, we'd be 4-2 right now, Mike. And we don't even have a fully loaded roster. So we're not getting beat 30-2 or 30-3 every week. Even when we play bad, we're still in the games. Yeah, David, I know. With Bosa and Warner out, I don't know. We're going to be sellers. It's just a matter of how high and the quality of the talent that we're going to sell off. But, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. Call lines are open. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Trying to get to 1,800. We're 4 away. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that button right now. Let's get to 1,800 today. It would be tremendous. A lot of good stuff going on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, he's calling back from overseas. He just won a prize on Jake's show yesterday. Fred, what's up, buddy?
Hello. I just wanted to call in and say my condolences for turning 47 on the day before the Jets play, because the Jets, just like a dodgy Chinese takeout on a Friday, weekend ruiners. So
I'm not going to let them bring me down, man. I never thought I'd make 47. Every day's a blessing. I should have died a couple years ago.
But early congratulations from my end.
Thank you.
But yeah, I couldn't agree more with some of the points you've been making, and of course, Aaron Glenn, either he's criminally incompetent or he is actively sabotaging. I don't think there's no middle ground here. I don't think. It's either active sabotage or he is criminally incompetent.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know which I'd rather prefer right now. That's the worst part. I don't know which I would rather have. Would I rather have him be terribly incompetent or actively tanking? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to stray away from it. I love the kid Mendoza from Indiana. I really, really think that that's a guy that I want leading our franchise. I think he's a killer from the pocket, and he's mobile enough to get out. He can run the RPO. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he's athletic enough. He's a plus athlete for this day and era in the NFL.
Well, then I ask you
if I'm making a pro comp to him, it's Justin Herbert. That's what I see. He can make all the big time throws. He's got the arm, and he's a plus with mobility. And you take that. Well, you got a blunt?
Negative. It's a cigarillo. I have to ask you a very important question then.
Shoot.
Do you trust this regime with developing Mendoza? Do you trust them with developing Mendoza?
I trust. Here's what I trust. I like Muji. Like I just said, I went over his draft. I like the draft. I think in 2-3 years, everyone's going to be like, wow, he had a really good draft. And it's tough for us to find good GMs who draft well and draft well deep into the draft.
But Muji's not the one developing this kid.
I know.
That's the coaches.
I'll get there, Fred. I'll get there. It's a couple tiered answer. It's a big cigarello. Give me a minute. Uh, what I've seen from Engstrand's scheme, I don't have a problem with Engstrand. I like Engstrand, and I think if he gets his right quarterback, he could be really good. So as of now, I don't have a problem with Engstrand. We know Fields can't throw. You gave him a quarterback who can't throw. Now, if you add a top wide receiver next year, say we trade Quinnen and we get a 1, and we have 3 of the top 33 picks. Quarterback, top wide receiver, either a center if you move on from Myers, or you attack the defense and add to replace Quinnen or whoever you get, or whoever you trade away. I would love to
We got
see
Pittman at
Engstrand
center,
get a
too.
shot with a fully loaded offense. I would. Now, if you move on from Glenn and you bring in somebody like a Cliff Kingsbury or somebody proven, same thing, right? But I would like to say we found a guy and we brought in a guy, but as of now, I would say it's 75% that Glenn doesn't retain his job. He can do more to lower that percentage and maintain his job, but right now, I would give it a 75% Glenn is gone, which then means most likely everyone else is gone. Do you love Engstrand enough where you promote Engstrand to head coach? I don't know.
That's another rookie head coach, though. He's barely become a
It would
coordinator.
be a
Now
rookie
you're
head
putting
coach, and it would be promoting someone who was a part of a mitigated disaster.
I mean, he just became an offensive coordinator too. That's a big thing for me. He's super inexperienced as a coordinator, and
Yeah.
now you're promoting head coach. That's
Yeah,
setting
I
him
don't
up for
think they
disaster.
do that, but I don't know, man. Like I like Engstrand, I do, and I
I
know a
agree.
lot of people don't. But what I see when I watch the film and I see guys open, I just see as a quarterback who's sabotaging the coach.
I mean, but Glenn is playing him, so he's sabotaging the team by playing him.
Agreed.
Because we have Tyrod Taylor on the roster. What is he doing there? He's sitting around. He would have won us a game here, definitely.
Yeah.
So
I would have won
the
that game.
question is like, what? Why is Glenn doing this? Did he promise Fields a starting job? Which if he did, then why? Because you've watched him at Chicago, you watched him at he was good at the Steelers, but there's a reason that Tomlin benched him. So
The most
the
important
question,
thing is a head coach has to do is you have to know your strengths and you have to know your weaknesses, and you have to be able to hide your weaknesses or change them. And I'm telling you right now, Sunday, if Fields performs the same way that he did in London, he will get booed off the field, and Glenn will have no choice. The fans will make the choice for him.
I mean, there will be we want Taylor chance for sure.
I'll be leading it. I give you my word, Fred. There will be video of it.
Yeah,
I will get
I'll be
up
watching the
and
game
stand
live,
on the
since-
chairs in front of me and get the chant going. I give you my word. The first time he holds the ball too long and takes a sack.
So if Taylor goes down, will there be we want Cook chance?
If what?
If Taylor goes down, will there be we want Cook chance?
Oh, I'm not going that far.
Because at least I would give him a game, a shot, at least.
Not now. Come December, he's undrafted, man. I
He-
know
he's
everybody
undrafted, that's
wants
true.
to. That take is out there with a lot of people, but come December, sure. Give
Yeah,
him a shot. Why not?
if Taylor goes down and Fields is still putting out
Fields
solid
has to
football,
go in. The only way Cook can come in as your emergency third quarterback is if both other quarterbacks get injured. If Taylor were to get injured, Fields has to come back in. If they
But the
both
next
get
game-
injured, then your emergency quarterback can come in. It's the only way your
But then-
emergency quarterback can play.
But then the next game, Fields and Cook would be the two quarterbacks.
Oh, if someone's hurt long term, yeah, but we're not there.
We're not there, obviously, but it is a question with Tyrod's durability.
Yeah, I mean, he took a beating in the Tampa game and held up. So I'm not going to write a guy off and say he's going to get injured because he's got injured in the past.
True enough. But I'm so down. We're staring at 0-7 right now.
We're staring at more
The
than that.
Panthers look really good. The Panthers look really,
we're staring
really
at
good.
more than that. If Fields doesn't get better, we're staring at a lot more than that. If the defense
Absolutely.
can play well, we have a shot. But if you don't have an offense in the NFL, you don't have a shot. If you don't have a quarterback,
But-
you don't have a shot. You know,
Here's something
Engstrand,
interesting.
you have the ability to show how good you can be by making sure Justin Fields never has a game like he had the other day. Now, if the game plan is to keep Fields in the pocket again, then I'm off the Engstrand bandwagon too, and then he's a dumb fuck.
I mean, keeping Fields in the pocket is suicide. It is suicide.
It is.
Like, what are you expecting? He cannot get past his first read. Like, make him run.
Even his first read, he doesn't throw the ball to.
Yeah, either he doesn't put the ball there, or he puts it too late, as we saw in the last game. So, but the Panthers. Here's an interesting stat: they have not won a game away this season. Will the Jets be the first win away for them this season? Because they've won all.
I want to win a game. I do want to win.
I do want to win too. I'm not at the point yet where I'm rooting actively against winning, but man, if we lose week 7, week 8, wins will start actively hurting our draft position at that point.
Yeah, I do want to get one. I want the 0 to go away.
I agree.
There's a lot of football left. A lot of bad teams will play one another. There's not going to be 6 teams with 1 win at the end of the season. They're going to get some wins. But Fred, thanks for calling, man.
Absolutely.
We'll talk soon, pal.
Go Jets.
Go Jets. Go Jets. Go Jets. Jojo Townsell, I want to see Engstrand with a real quarterback. Same. And I would hate to lose him. I would. Right now, I'd hate to lose him. I can change that, though. If he doesn't devise a better game plan and he doesn't improve Fields at all, all right, let's break it down. What should our approach be this week against Carolina? Nick, your offensive coordinator, go. All right, here's what I want to do. I think last week it proved we can't keep him in the pocket. We got to move the pocket. We got to put him under center more. We got to play him where he's comfortable. We got to get him out. We got to get him on the move. We got to get him that run pass option from out of the pocket. If we keep him in the pocket, it's got to be designed quick passes. Swing to Brees, quick out to Taylor, hitches. We got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands and allow them to create. We miss tackles all the time on this team. Sorry, Wilkes, but we do. The other team might miss them as well. If we get these guys an opportunity to make a play, let's see if they can make it. All right. Sounds good. Activate it. There you go. I just came up with the game plan. Simple. Don't let him be a sitting duck. Move the pocket. Get him out of the pocket with bootlegs where he can be coming forward, and if he doesn't like what he sees, he can run. He can make the first guy miss. Eli, I might put $10 down on this just to guarantee them a win this week. Just to guarantee them a win. Jerome, me too. I said the other night, I was having a cigar Sunday night on the Addy show, and I was like, you know what, man? I just realized it's mid-October. I haven't had a victory cigar yet. That victory cigar hits so much better than a regular cigar, man. It sucks. It absolutely sucks that we're 0-6, folks. I can't lie to you. Shout out to Purple Belt Mike, member of the channel for 5 months. Appreciate you, Mike. Can you go through the 2026 schedule? Oh, I'm not there yet, man. I'm afraid it's 2-15. Nah, Mike, we can't do that. We won't know who the quarterback's going to be. We might not even know who the coach is going to be. We don't know what players we're selling off. We don't know how many draft picks we're going to have. We're going to have more money to spend in free agency. We can't write next year's record. How many bad teams have turned it around from one year to the next? Look at Washington. Washington went from the second overall pick to the NFC Championship game. Jerome says cigars taste better on the beach. I disagree. I hate the beach. I'm a pool guy. Eli says the Jets are plus 25,000 to get their first win against Buffalo week 18. Can we talk about how bad Buffalo is? Overrated. Their opponents have been dog shit. They should be 6-0. They've played the easiest part of their schedule. Let's look at Buffalo. They beat the Ravens, who've been horrible, 41-40. They beat us. No need to comment on that. They beat the Dolphins, who are awful. They beat the Saints, who are awful. Their 4 wins are against teams that have a combined 3 wins. 3-21, I believe. Did the Ravens get a second win, or they still 1 win? Someone help me on that. It's either 4-20 or 3-21 with those 4 wins. And then they lost to the Patriots and the Falcons. 3-21. Thank you, gentlemen, in the chat. And we're talking Josh Allen, MVP. Suck it, Josh Allen, MVP. Your MVP is Baker Mayfield. Doing it without Godwin, doing it without Evans, and now doing it without Egbuka, who might be out. But looking ahead for the Bills, they have their bye week. And then they got the Panthers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bucks, Texans, Steelers, and fucking Steelers. Can we talk about how fucking lucky Aaron Rodgers is? He gets a gimme win against the Jets on a fumble, and then he gets to play the Browns twice and the Bengals twice without Joe Burrow. It's 5 easy wins right there. Fuck the Steelers and their fans. Ladies and gentlemen, haven't heard from this guy in a while. Let's bring in Tony. What's up, pal?
Hey, how you doing, Nick?
All right, man. How you been?
Good, thank God for sobriety, almost 3 years. Similar,
God bless, man.
He's truly a blessing. But trying to get the blessing.
This past Friday, I hit 2 years and 7 months. You're speechless, I could tell.
Yeah, if you see your friend the Chaos Podcast.
Tony, try to get closer to the router. Your connection was horrible. I think you're just either turn your Wi-Fi off or get closer to the router. You're all garbled with the connection. But congrats to you, man. Almost 3 years. Tremendous. Don't you how dare me. I how dare you. All right, let me try this.
Am I better now? Oh, okay, yes. I'm coming up to the phone. Okay, but I mean, the progress of the Jets, I'd have to say, is Muji is the biggest surprise because I hated the trade ups in the later round of the draft, but he filled in the defensive line, those great trades, and bringing over this new cornerback with the 7th round for a 6th round trade was really good. He got a first turnover this year. This is unbelievable. I forget the guy's name. The guy we got from Tennessee.
Brownlee.
Yeah. So I think we're heading in a better. I think we have an upside going with Muji, you know, but I don't know what in the world is Spielman doing, because I don't know how they did. My major concern, because Spielman is supposed to be doing these things with them to help them, and these trade-ups were bad moves, I think, because these other guys that we got in the later rounds ain't doing nothing. I know, and they picked that guy Smith, the receiver, out of his speed, but they didn't even need to do this. Wasn't Spielman involved in this to wait and don't trade up, and we were losing draft picks for nothing? You know, that other guy is a bum. That
we moved up in the 5th round, at the end of the 5th round, to take Tyler Barron. I'm not going to go nuts over giving up a 6 for a guy in a position that we needed. Now, Barron hasn't hit, but not many 5, 6, and 7s hit. You're rolling the dice at that point. You know, but you look at the draft class, Membu, very good pick. Taylor, with the right quarterback, could be outstanding tight end in this league. Thomas is
Amen.
the biggest
Definitely.
question mark in the third round.
Why
Arian
isn't he
Smith,
playing? Why isn't this guy playing and get some of these guys over to safety? You know, this guy should be playing. This is a bad coaching move.
it's a head scratcher. You know, I don't know the long-term plan, but right now it looks a little bit confusing to me. You trade for Brownlee, you sign Stevens, you extend Sauce. I don't get Thomas's role. I don't get it. You don't draft a third rounder in case other guys get injured. A third rounder is a guy who should be able to contribute to your team immediately. But you look at Arian Smith, he's got really good potential. Just got to get him the ball and see what he could do. Malachi Moore should be a starting safety for a while. He had a really good game. Francisco Mayagua played really well at linebacker. He's the fifth-rated linebacker in the NFL this week. And Barron. If Arian Smith and Barron are your two biggest question marks in the draft, I'm okay with that. That's a really good draft for something that we don't normally do.
Now, my biggest concern is why. I mean, just recently we let go of LT3. Didn't he have a sack last week?
No, he was inactive.
No, he played last week. I thought he had a sack when I was watching the torturous game, and they let him go.
He was inactive against the Bucs.
Oh, not the Bucs. The team we just played. Oh my God.
Oh, Tony, your internet connection is crapping out again, buddy. But thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate you. Haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, I don't think no, the week before McGregor got a sack against Prescott, but that was like as McGregor got him as he was scrambling and actually tackled him a half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. That was the only time we got anywhere near. Taylor hasn't been active the last couple of weeks. And that's why his agent probably went and said, can you just release us and give us a chance somewhere else? Yeah, Taylor's not, he hasn't been active at all the last 3 weeks. Nothing. I'm at the last 4 games. He had one. Last time he was active was against the Bucs, and he had a tackle, but no sack. Excuse me, hiccups. But thank you, Tony, for calling in. Ladies and gentlemen, call lines are open. I got about a half an hour left before I got to head to work. You got to take. You want to vent. You want to cry, scream, yell, complain, be coddled. Call in. That last part was for the ladies. They actually, Pred, they did that this past week. I saw that. When Jermaine got hurt, that was one of the things I called for. And they had him at edge at one point this week. I noticed it at one point. I don't know how often they actually did it, but I did see Quinnen line up at edge. Listen, I like when the Jets listen to me. Didn't LT3 cause that strip sack for Tufele? That was the preseason game. That was in Green Bay. Joe Quincy is probably heading to San Fran with all the injuries on defense. Listen, if you're Shanahan and Saleh and you just lose Fred Warner, name a better fit in the NFL than Saleh getting Quincy back. There's no better fit. It makes perfect sense. Expiring contract, replaceable rookie linebacker. It's the absolute perfect fit for the Jets is to trade Quincy to the 49ers. You couldn't listen. I don't want to see anyone get injured. I'm not happy Fred Warner got injured, but it happened. So now post injury, this is the fix. Quincy Williams to the 49ers is a no-brainer. Just get the most that you can. I would do a 4 this year, take one of their 3 4s, and then give me a conditional that can move up to a 3 next year based on his playing time and the team performance this year. He goes in and plays all world, we get another pick next year for it. All right, here we go. Oh, they do have a 3. They have 3 4s. All right, fuck it. Give me a 3 then. You get Purdy back healthy? Give me a 3. It's going to be mid to late 3. So they have a 1, a 2, a 3. They have 3 4s, a 5, and a 6. And then give me the 4 that can elevate to a 3. I would love that. I want more picks in the first 3 rounds. If we got to trade Quinnen and Quincy and we get a 1 and a 3, okay. Again, it's not just what's for today, it's what's best for the future. If you can flip the Williams brothers and get a 1 and 2 3s, you have to do it. You have to. That would be a tremendous return on a team that needs a lot. You'd have 2 1s, a 2, 2 3s. You have to do that. You need more lottery tickets. You need more chances in the lottery that is the NFL draft. Let's see where the Jets are now. And we're expected to get a 4th and 2 7s for our comp picks. We have a 1, we have a 2, we have a 4. This is ridiculous. It's confusing. This site sucks. Yeah. Fire sale. Just improve this roster, man. Improve this roster. We're going to lose AVT. I don't think you re-sign him at all. Is Tippmann your right guard? Do you re-sign Simpson? Do you want to draft a guard? Do you re-sign Myers? Do you need a center? If you get rid of Hall, you need another running back. You need at least a wide receiver. You need a quarterback. You need a defensive tackle. You need a defensive end. You need a safety. Right. Oh, wrong comment. David says Quinnen Williams and Titans D tackle Jeffrey Simmons will probably be the greatest interest. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I don't know Simmons' contract. I know Quinnen has no guaranteed money. So you can trade for Quinnen and just ride it out. You don't have to extend them right away. Quincy might look for the extension right away. We need 11. You need 1 safety. You need 1 defensive tackle if you trade Quinnen. You need a wide receiver. You need a center. Quarterback. and a running back. I got 6. I don't know how you get 11. I don't know how you got to 11, Mike. Phillips or Briggs is your defensive tackle. Briggs is under contract for a while. He's probably going to be your defensive tackle starter. If you trade Quinnen, you need one there. Your linebackers are set. I mean, Mayagua and Sherwood should be your linebackers going forward. Brownlee, Stevens, and Sauce are your corners. Malachi Moore is going to be a safety. So on defense, you need one starter. You need a safety over Cisco. If you trade Quinnen, you need a starter there. That's 2 on defense. Offensively, you need a wide receiver. You're going to need a running back, quarterback. And now the offensive line, if you keep Myers and Simpson, you don't need any other starters. You got Taylor. I don't know how you get to 11. If it wouldn't wreck the salary cap, because we gave him that extension. If you trade someone with that guaranteed money, you wreck your cap. Yeah, Briggs is but you should normally put your run stuffing D tackle out there on first down. That's Briggs. You don't think Sherwood and Mayagua are set? I mean, listen, I hope Mayagwa's set. He's got really good potential. He's that physical thumper that we need. Coincidence that Sherwood played better as the game went on, as Mayagua started playing well? I don't think so. Maybe I'm being too optimistic with the linebacker position, Nate. I like what I saw with the kid. He reminds me of that old school throwback thumping linebacker, and we haven't had that in a while. We got too small with our linebackers. I like the kid. Sure, I'll say it. I'm being too early saying we're set at linebacker, but I get it. But still, that's not a lot. We're not at 11 by any way, shape, or form. He's not even proven DT. I mean, he's not bad. He's a run stuffer. Run stuffers are fine. They're not going to have huge statistics. God damn it, Alan. I'm going to say it the way I want to say it. You say congratulations, Charles. I'm so proud of you. I say F you, Charles. You're embarrassed yourself. We say things differently. If we want to win and be a playoff team, we're not relying on Briggs, Sherwood, and Maui Noah. I don't see Noah N in that word. I know how they say it. I'm teasing. Listen, Briggs is not a bad defensive tackle for a run stuffer. We're just used to needing defensive tackles who rush the passer from the previous scheme. I disagree with this, Yeti. Our weakest room is wide receiver. Our second weakest room is safety. Our third weakest room is tight end. But again, you can't get a real read on what any of our offensive weapons are because we're not throwing the goddamn ball. Yeah, that I've seen. He's the offensive tackle from Miami, right? I'm just happy that when we're picking at the top of the draft, we don't need an offensive tackle. Is that you messaging me? Is that you who's been messaging me with the name and I don't know who it is? All right, that makes sense now. I was wondering who I was messaging. No problem, man. Looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, if you're heading to the game, if you put in lot E, there's D and E. There's an entrance. You get dropped off right there, and our tailgate E26 is right in that corner. You'll see the Tailgate Joe trailers right along the curb there. You can't miss it. Gorilla salad, always a wordsmith. Metro says, "Can we move Michael Carter to safety?" I mean, I cannot envision with the game that Brownlee had playing Michael Carter over Brownlee. Now, if you go dime, sure, bring Carter in there. But for me, Carter lost his job. You can either put him in dime to cover inside or move him somewhere else. But to me, it's Brownlee's job. Chris B says, "I will be there in spirit." Georgie says, "What don't you do in spirit?" Just busting his balls. Yeah, David. Listen, you want to give me a 3 and a 5? I'll send Carter and Quincy to Salah. Take them. Take them. I can't believe how much Carter fell off. It's really truly disappointing how much Carter fell off. We were talking about paying him as the top nickel in football 2 off seasons ago, and here we are. I can't put Carter in over Brownlee. The game Brownlee had is better than any game Michael Carter ever had. He's part of the identity of what we want to be with that physical, nasty defense. Excuse me. Well, Georgie, to be fair though, you're always with us in spirit. You're on the West Coast, so you're always with us in spirit, never in person. You and Chris might be the same person for all we know. If I get dropped off at lot A, where the fuck is A? A is the players' lot, I believe. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gorilla Salad is in the raffle again. The $5 super chat says, "Do you think Brick Johnson is going to start throwing his weight around with Dad this season, so shit starts getting done and done right?" Nobody supports young men the way Mr. Gorilla Salad does. Big fan of Brick Johnson. Stack says, 10 people slackers, hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you're watching this show right now and you have not subscribed yet, we're 3 away from 1,800. Let's try to get there, folks. Actually, we need 4 because as soon as the show ends, Nate unsubscribes. Just to have the viewers count go down. He supports his mission to tank this show in every and any way possible. That's where I got dropped off last time. Yeah, I mean, if you just go up to the golf cart, if you get there early and just go, if you find someone with a golf cart, that's what those are there for. Just go up to the guy, be like, "Yo, I'll throw you a few bucks. Can you drive me to E26?" They'll do it. Yeah, Fred, tell them, hit the like and subscribe button. It's free. It helps the channel. All right, folks, if we don't have any callers, we'll start winding the show down. Reminder, the SAC exchange from the stock exchange floor, autographed. All 4 guys are signed on it. It's right here with me. It's sealed, ready to be delivered. Make sure you get in. $5 super chats and up. Gifted memberships, folks. Get you on the wheel. I like this one. The Darrell Revis helmet, the Ken O'Brien jersey, and this one are 3 pieces that I wish I had. This is a top 3 piece for me that I've given away on this channel. So you get this one. You're getting one that just know part of my heart is going to be sent to you with it. I need the exercise. All right, Metro. Exercise all you need. If you have anything, since you're getting dropped off, you can keep it in the truck. We'll be at the truck hanging out after the game. If you have chairs, that's something. Bring chairs for the tailgate. You can keep your chair. I got 2 chairs. I got the bed of the truck. I have a tent if it gets too sunny. Looks like we're going to have really good weather. Purple Belt Mike is in the raffle and says, if I win, I want you to keep it. PBM, you are a sweetheart. I'm going to pick you up and twirl you around Sunday when I see you. Just don't do any of your jujitsu kung fu bullshit and take me out. It's not a threat. It's a loving embrace. Please don't hurt me. I'm fragile. Metro says practice squad players incoming for the rest of the season after we trade everyone. Hey, we already got them here. We already got them here, folks. It's not good. It's only going to get worse. Hopefully the coaching gets better. But right now it is very, very ugly. But not as ugly as this guy.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today? Courtesy of Nick Shine.
Ladies and gentlemen, drop your What Did We Learns. I wanted to, but I'll tell you this. Williams didn't have a bad game. I mean, he fumbled the one time, but he was rolled down. His elbow hit the ground. But when you're going down, you got to put that second hand on the ball, man. But I thought Williams, the return game was good. The return game was really good. We had plus on the return more than often. I thought we were good. I was surprised with Williams. He did fake the fair catch and duped out the defense and it went into the end zone at one point. He didn't catch it at the 2. So he showed some improvement there. There's another positive, right? He got better. You know, we wanted his head on a platter after he caught it at the 2-yard line. So he got better. Coaching's improved us a little bit. Let's just hope that we can do that with the quarterback. Luppy, I learned that PBM needs a hug. We all do. Hugs equal happiness, man. Chris, I learned a lot. Thank you. Maze, I learned if I call in, there's a chance to be coddled by Nick Shine. Absolutely, bro. David says Williams has upside. He demonstrated with the Lions as a UDFA in the 2024 preseason, but he made 2 critical mistakes. He did. Purple Belt Mike, I learned some people can still be optimistic while I remain lifeless. Dude, Mike, listen to this. Absorb this. Soak this in. If you put all your time, money, effort, and energy into a hobby, be positive about it. There's no sense in being negative about something that you choose to be a part of. You chose this. Find a way to enjoy it, even in the bad times. There's no guaranteed winning in any sport. Enjoy the team. Enjoy the community. And if not, enjoy Genergy and Jay Graves dancing with me on Sunday. That's going to be fun. Charles Gormaning says, Miss Irsay is hot and she knows more about football than Woody. Well, Miss Irsay probably gives Charles a Woody. Jay Graves, I learned even though the Jets are an embarrassing disgrace, this community loves each other. Hell yeah. Raul is obviously drinking and doing drugs. Trade Fields for Shedeur Sanders. No, thank you. I would rather Charles Gorman play quarterback than trade for Sanders in that circus. Charles Gorman learned. I learned that the Colts fan base is far more supportive than you clowns. Well, be gone for good, pal. Fred, I learned again that the Jets community is the best. Graves, hell yeah. Allen, I learned that Boomtown's Blue Jays are nearly as shitty as the Yankees. Go Mariners. He's Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Yeti, I learned we are all in this together. Our opinions may vary, but we all want the same goal. Jet up. Put on your best panties and enjoy the ride. Well, if it's a lovely lady, I prefer you take your panties off and enjoy the ride. Yo, Holmes, no, they don't. They don't pick him up at his house. They don't bring him to his first strip club. They don't drive him to Chef Kevin's event. They don't drive him to job interviews. They don't do any of that shit. That's why I'm so pissed off about this. I might have to go speak to his mom about this. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are a member of the channel, it's time. Where are we here? All right, I guess I have to do this first. Pew pew. I gifted a membership. Since Jay Graves gave 5, I gave 1. That went to JACK. Jack. Also, Stack and Bill, others are already doing it. This YouTube is messing up. If you are a member of the channel, hit the Boomtown emoji for What Did We Learn? And we can kick it up to the greatest note taker in all the land in Canada. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to ask your assistance for anybody who declares that they're done with this team. Please send me their names. I want to compile a list. I know there's people who've called in and said it. Boomtown's got that covered. But if you see names in the chat, please make me aware. Hell yeah, Fred. I like that message. Mr. Boomtown, if you would, sir, please drop it like it's hot. And while you're bent over,
Show me your butthole.
hey man, freaks are going to freak. There's no doubt about it. Genergy sneaking one last one in. I learned that Shine is like aging like a fine wine. Just say no to paper bags. Hell yeah. When does 46 and 361 days look this good? Thank you, Jen. I appreciate you. And now, breaking news out of Canada. I learned Nate may be a leech this Sunday. Exes are encouraged to subscribe to this show. Nick considers himself to be pretty. I'm not the only one. Nate is Chris B's dog. Victory cigars hit differently. Bonus, Fred may be campaigning for an Estonian version of the Blair Witch Project. Tony did a great job getting closer to the phone, but not the router. Maui Noah. See you later, Shib. Double bonus, PBM has a pickup and twirl around in his future on Sunday. Hell yeah. PBM, comment of the day. If your wife has single friends, PBM, tell her to bring them. I'll get them tickets. I am single, looking to mingle. We'll mostly be mingling with dudes, though. So you write whatever narrative you want. Mr. Gorilla Salad, stop typing. I know what you're up to right now. No one needs to hear that shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Nick Shine Show. I will see you tomorrow afternoon after Jake, 12:30, 12:15, whatever, somewhere in that range. Until then, go Jets. Blitz BK, take us out.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Yes, fantastic indeed. Shout out to Blitz. He'll be there with us Sunday. Yeti says, Nick, Genergy is 40 minutes away, but don't you dare. Listen, Genergy knows. All she got to do is walk up to me and go, what's up, big boy? I'm like, yo, what up, girl? That's it. The rest of you will be dead to me in the parking lot. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Have a good day. Go Jets. We're going to win eventually. I think.